Bam. Und wir gehen wieder zurück. Hallo?
Jedoch müssen wir eine Sache noch ganz kurz vorab machen, und zwar bam.
Nein!
Und wir gehen wieder zurück.
Der Multistream, stopp!
Hallo?
Don't I know you, sir?
So, wir halten mal den Quatsch an, weil das ist ja Mist. Und bei einem anderen passt alles. Okay, das freut mich sehr. Cool. Aber zurück in-game. Hallo? Mein Gott.
It would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple. Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy.
In dime novels, boy.
It was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Of course.
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper.
Was ist denn da
Made
passiert?
him dangerous as hell.
Wild. Made him dangerous as hell. Ach je. Mit Billy the Kid. Da werden Erinnerungen wach. Erinnerungen an, wie nennt sich das, an den Mandela-Effekt, weil ich ihn natürlich nie kennengelernt habe.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
Ohne hat? Was habe ich nur getan? Ah. Kann man das doch nachträglich irgendwie ändern? Nur ganz kurz. Spiel. Okay.
I threw in with the kid
Nein,
because
nein,
the
nein,
man
nein,
I
wir
had
sind-
sworn vengeance on was
wir sind
riding with Billy's
richtige Maschinen. Wir gehen natürlich auf Wild West.
But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch
Holy
dead,
shit, ist das sensibel.
let me tell you what happened
Whoa.
today. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha.
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
The other kind of funny. It is what it is. Well, I don't blame you. Ein paar Kühe, dies, das, die guten Heuballen, eine Vogelscheuche. Wobei, die macht auch niemandem mehr so richtig Angst. Das ist alles nicht so leicht.
You're a herd pack. You need to stay here to keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
I had...
Hell, shoot that sumbitch!
Das waren 2 saubere Schüsse.
Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
Okay.
Garrett and his army of deputies had
Oops.
surrounded the entire homestead.
Fire at will. Spread out, goddamn.
They're coming from the
I
rear!
decided to help Billy and the boys out of it. So that's
Das
just
ist ja so wild teilweise. Wow. Das waren 3 Schuss, Bruder. Was zur Hölle ist da passiert? Okay, das wird kein Spaziergang. Aber ich mochte es auch nie leicht. Es musste immer in irgendeiner Form Schmerzen erzeugen.
They're coming from the rear!
Von wo? Hallo? Hey! Bruder, was? Das musst du auch erstmal erzählen, so, hä? Ja gut, ja gut, ja gut, ja gut. I'll do it. Macht es schon.
They're coming from the rear!
Bis kurz. Genau. Jungs, warte mal kurz. Ey, wie die treffen, das sind ja wie die Götter.
For the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Der hängt da. Oh. Wie kann es sein, dass sie schon direkt treffen, wenn ich onscreen bin, hä? Das ist ja wild. Na wo? Waren das alle? Das waren die ersten 5 Minuten, ich habe mir schon in die Hosen geschissen, Alter. Jungs. Wo denn? Ah, da.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
Kann ich hier Kimbo gehen? Boah.
You're dead.
Damn, komm schon. Gut.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't as sharp as tools in the shed. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
Von wo denn? Eieiei, das tut ja weh. Ich brauche nur 2 solide Schüsse. Pro Nase.
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you! Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. Cut their numbers in half. Well, that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Let's go.
And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave.
Hey, Dirty Dave.
Better than a rat in a trap.
And upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry.
Charlie Beaudry. Billy, where are you? Komm raus jetzt. Da ist der Billy the Kid, Junge. Absolute Maschine.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a
Amigo?
gun and get to the window."
Come on.
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded
It's always
by
the story of-
deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
I want it dead or alive.
Garrett's men were dropping like flies.
Nix.
Just kept on coming.
Ich treff den einfach nicht. Und ihn auch nicht.
That's when Charlie got hit.
Nein, Charlie.
"Us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
Ich muss erstmal kurz regenerieren. Junge, was ist denn nur los? Jetzt mal aber ohne Spaß. Ich muss mal ganz kurz gucken, weil, ja, ich habe ja Fähigkeiten. Jetzt bin ich jetzt aufgestiegen. Weitendig Desperado. Eigentlich schon eine sehr, sehr, sehr geile Fähigkeit. Nehmen wir. Ich würde den, egal wie was wäre, nehmen. Also. Nehme ich auch. Das ist auch wichtig. Ja. Was macht das? Na, alles gut. Nehmen wir erstmal. Okay. Ja, passt. Das sind die Sachen, wo ich sagen würde, nehmen wir. Die treffen aber auch einfach wie die Götter, ey. Was ist da los? Brother. Komplett ohne Hut spielen ist wild. Das Spiel bockt. Sag ich nix. Wait, habe ich meine Fähigkeiten? Ach, come on. No. Egal, machen wir später. Billy, es sieht nicht gut aus. Die dodgen mir aber sowas von. Die leben einfach immer. Das gibt's gar nicht.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. They
Cut
got
and
Gavin,
run.
Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention.
Okay.
He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to?
Boah, das ist ja furchtbar in Visier.
Randy would have fled in my place.
Na
But I
gut.
had that
Das sind richtige
false
Cowboys.
sense
Die
of
haben auch kein Visier.
invisibility that many young men have, like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just joshing with you.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
So nämlich.
Call me Silas, ma'am. Now,
So where was I?
Where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Die guten Unterhosen, man kennt sie alle, na klar. Oh, Alter, ich kann das sogar. Oh.
Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Ja, das ist hart. Das ist echt hart. Muss ich gestehen, das ist... Ah, ich kann hier sogar runtergehen. Oh, das wusste ich natürlich, deswegen habe ich das auch gemacht.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Puh.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
So it would seem.
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Oh! Junge, Pat Garrett, Junge. Gut aussehend, ungeschickt. Ja, es trifft zu. Pat Garrett. Boah,
You challenged him to a showdown.
damn right I did.
That in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Alter, mit Dings ist das so schwammig, das ist ja wild. Ich habe auch keine Ahnung, was ich drücken muss, wenn er keinen hat. Bruh. Na gut, na gut, na gut, na gut, na gut. Komm schon.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Ja, Mann.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett.
Oh
Let me
no.
start again.
Nicht schon
Finally
wieder.
reach those damn stables.
Nicht schon wieder. Das kannst du mir nicht erzählen. Okay.
Stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
That's so
And
bad.
go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Von einer der legendärsten Geschichten ever. Ich habe keine gute Präzision, bin ich ehrlich. Es wird noch. Wir spielen mal los. Das wird noch krass, ich sag's euch.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
Billy the Kid.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
With the Kid, yeah. This is fine though, because we busted our ass out. Oder so in der Art, würde man hoffen. Wir wissen es nicht genau. Let's go.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Nach der Festnahme 4 Monate. Ah, okay.
John Kinney's gang. And they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence.
Yep. Man kennt ihn halt.
Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move.
Dun, 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 dun.
Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too.
Billy, du Maschine! Oh! Dankeschön, Billy!
My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Natürlich.
Luckily, I
Boy,
located
die sieht
Deputy
aus wie
Bob
für mich
Holland's
gemacht.
mean-ass shotgun.
Danke, Bob Bollinger. Ich nehme sie. Kaliber 10 Whitney. Laut wie der Donner. Er beat jeden Mann. Bob Ollingers Schrotflinte. Oh, so badass. Wie cool ist das bitte? Nehmen wir.
I saw
Das Billy the
through
Kid.
the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
So ganz ruhig.
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled Howard.
Oh Gott. Wir müssen mal zwischendurch noch nachladen.
Clear off his feet.
Oh.
You hardly had to aim the damn thing. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Moment.
Can't get away.
Hui. Was ist denn da
I had
passiert?
to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat.
Boah, die Geschichte fügt sich zu meinen Gunsten. Es wird immer besser. Ah, nee. Bruder, Alter, wenn du es sogar schaffst, trotz, wie heißt das? Übergeordneter Narrative einfach trotzdem zu sterben. Naja, egal. Wir wissen ja, der Erzähler ist auf meiner Seite. Ja. Diese Action. Von wurde eigentlich auf mich geschossen. Ich habe nicht einen Schuss gesehen. Finden wir aber gleich raus.
Suddenly, I was a fugitive.
Hä? Wie? Oh nee, wir wollen ein bisschen, pass auf, ich bin ehrlich mit euch, wir wollen auch ein bisschen Action haben. Von daher werden wir das mal ganz so machen. Nein, nein, wir gehen runter. Mir ist klar, dass das schwerer ist, also cooler, aber wir wollen halt ein bisschen mehr so dieses Feeling haben. Und das kommt nicht durch, wenn ich nach 3 Schüssen einfach tot bin, wie in einem Souls-Game. Von daher werden wir jetzt mal ein bisschen loslegen. Damit können wir arbeiten. Ja, Mann. So. Hoch da. Silas Greaves. Okay. Wir laufen.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there.
Stark. Los geht's. Wo sind sie?
And sneak my way past. But hell, if they weren't all waiting.
Ja. Mehr? Oh, aber die machen trotzdem Schaden. Die machen wirklich trotzdem Schaden. You hooligans can hold it here.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and color.
Komm schon.
I was just glad I had Deputy Bob
Ach, Gott sei Dank.
shotgun.
Ja, danke für die Shotgun, die ich gerade nicht benutze. So, wir müssen mal ganz kurz. Ich habe nicht gesehen, was da war.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground.
It's kinda how it went, buddy.
So I never did have a great fondness
Episch.
for four-legged grasses. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
Na? Ich muss kurz nachladen, wir bauen uns einen Weg vor. So. Schneller Graves.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
I don't know.
And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Brother. Around the world. Bang, bang, bang. Und bing, bing, bing.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Jo, das war ein Schildkämpfer. Ich hab zuerst geantwortet, das wäre ein Cover. Wir sehen. Natürlich nicht.
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on
Oh,
my
Distanzschuss, Junge.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him.
You cannot stop me. Wir gehen auf Distanz. Wir sollten vielleicht nicht auf Distanz gehen, sondern auf ein 6-Schuss-Prinzip. Let's go. Oh. Ist er down? Gehen wir ganz kurz in der Seitengasse rein. Who? Where? Talk to me, los, redet mit mir. Wer will was, hä? Brother. Mit der letzten Kugel.
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
Stables.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun.
Boah, Bollinger,
We
Alter.
stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Aha. Mindestens 80er Fokus. Nein, wir sind nicht feige. Weil Kopfschusszeit. Nein! Die Duelle sind einfach böse. Und let's go. Na. Bob Bollinger. Mach, gib
I killed
Ruhe.
him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day.
Leider.
Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
Unfortunately, it seems so. Nichtsdestotrotz haben wir wild geritten mit dem Billy. Das kann man jetzt auch falsch verstehen. Das will ich nicht aus dem Kontext gerissen haben.
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The Cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Johnny Ringo.
Old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Did you? Very well. Eine Kugel für den Alten. Hm. Das hört sich doch erstmal gut an. Let's go. Ah ja, Guadalupe
Was the
Canyon.
bastard you were
Was nach der
after
Flucht aus
now,
Lincoln.
riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton.
What, Johnny Ringo? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Digga, die machen mich ja komplett kaputtski.
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing.
Probably none.
None.
Gehe ich mal von aus. Natürlich.
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches all.
Wir brauchen Knarren.
Great
Oh, die machen mich komplett kaputt.
rained down lead on their hapless enemies' heads. Making use of the high ground and whatever else they had.
High Ground.
Yep, the
Das bringt
Apaches
irgendwie gar nichts, weil ich die einfach...
and there never seemed to be an end to it.
Warum sind so viele?
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle,
Brother.
but I was holding my own against an overwhelming
Also
enemy.
nochmal. Da drauf, ganz ehrlich.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations.
Hey, das
But I
waren das
just
jetzt
kept
nicht alle?
shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks.
Es hört ja nicht
I
auf.
didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to
Hier
have
steht
my
noch.
revenge. But to get to Ringo,
Der hat zum Beispiel nicht drauf, was soll das?
way past these other
Ja,
assholes first.
erstmal ganz kurz. Ganz kurz. Ja. Natürlich. Wäre bescheuert, wenn ich das nicht nehmen würde.
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo.
Das sieht noch gut aus, ich habe 20 Schuss.
Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men.
Ich wollte natürlich sagen, Hilfe!
I
bin am
immediately
Sack.
knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the...
Wo kommen die alle her? Einfach Enemy Spawn Point, Junge. Oh, Alter, ich bin leer.
Managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, my
Nein,
survival
ausweichen. Ich bin so... Hä?
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Natürlich, let's go! Einfach schnell.
I ran ahead
God.
as if the devil himself was after me.
Die... Oh,
Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die.
Gottes
I
Willen,
just
Mann.
kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be.
Oh Gott, die
Lightning as
sind die
many
schnell.
caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
Weiß ich auch nicht. Oh Gott, ich höre sie schon.
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened.
Natürlich.
Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition.
Wow. Quickshot, Junge. Clint Eastwood wäre stolz auf
Matt
mich.
Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Da liegt irgendwas, da funkelt was.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
Don't mind if I do. Aber wir wollen ganz kurz was ändern. Und zwar, Moment. Steuerung. Tastenbelegung. Und zwar, ich will Dynamit werfen auf, nicht auf G, sondern auf, warte. Ja, Mann. Wie ein wahrer Coachspieler.
Fortune even the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted
Oh
to
Gott!
become the hunter.
Der Hunter muss ganz kurz chillen.
Right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them. That's right, Jack.
I was done running.
Komm
The
schon.
old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally
It
time
knew
for that
no
old man to
bounds.
pay for his sins.
Oh Gott. Das war ja wild. Launisch. Streitsüchtig. Hundsgemein. Old Man Clanton. Mein Gott.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me.
Wir schleichen uns voran.
Not if I was to find and kill Ringo.
Like God intended.
I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Jesus Christ. Komm schon, komm schon, komm schon, komm schon. Nein, er hat nicht aufgehört zu schießen. Dieser Vorführeffekt. Oh mein Clanton, fick dich, nein!
Would come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon.
Oh, das tut ja so weh. Klappe die zweite.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Brother. Calm the hell down. Time out. Er ballert einfach immer mit seinem Gatling auf mich. Okay, wir spielen es klassisch. Kurz mal nachladen, damit wir auch bessere Zielgenauigkeit haben. Gar kein Thema. Old Man Clanton, ich habe auch nur noch 9 Schuss. Aber dafür hat's gereicht, Junge.
One of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Für die Leute, die keine Ahnung haben, ja, die legendäre Schießerei am OK Corral war die mit bekannteste Schießerei im Wilden Westen, bei denen die Wyatt Earp und seine Brüder auf Clanton und damals dann Johnny Ringo quasi aufeinander getroffen sind und ein Standoff hatten zusammen mit Doc Holliday auf deren Seite. Und das gilt sozusagen als das krasseste Wild-West-Erlebnis, was, naja, sagen wir es mal so, dokumentiert worden ist. So, und das ist halt krass und er erzählt gerade, das war ein Missverständnis und deswegen kam es dazu, weil er sich halt eingemischt hat. Was ein Sackgesicht, Alter. So. Schießerei in der Sägemühle. Oh. Egal. Wir schaffen das.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
Of course.
I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why.
First, I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Curly Bill Brocious. Ich hab schon mal den High Ground. Das ist sehr, 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 sehr gut und wichtig und richtig. Eieiei.
And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Natürlich wollten die Clantons Revenge. Du hast doch Daddy umgebracht.
So
Hier.
they murdered Morgan Urch and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Was? Wow. Bullet Time. Also dieses Spiel hat einfach alles, muss ich auch echt sagen. Es ist so geil.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Heute keine, nur meine eigene Vendetta, nicht die vom Wyatt Earp, muss man ja sagen. Hat er bessere Waffen? Ich suche, es gibt in diesem Spiel eine Pistole, die ist besser als die Standardpistole, weil die mehr Schaden macht. Die schießt dafür langsamer, weil die halt einen krasseren Recoil hat, aber wenn man die Akimbo trägt, bist du damit praktisch ein Gott in diesem Spiel. Und die gab es wohl noch nicht, weil die kommt, glaube ich, ein bisschen später. Die gab es nicht von Anfang an. Haha, zu früh. Wer auch immer es
There
war.
were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the
Brother.
cowboys identified each other, and I was beginning to wish I had one myself.
Ja,
But
es
I
wäre
wasn't
smart
about to let
gewesen.
Ringo walk away unscathed, and that's what drove me forward.
Ich sehe meine Chance.
They
Yes,
say
baby.
Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp.
Whoa.
That man was all hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have been.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to
Komisch,
pass
Bob.
by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Ja gut. Wow.
Excuse me, sir.
Runner.
I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Gute Frage.
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Yellow Billy to boot. Well, that seems legit, hätte ich jetzt gesagt. Aber wir werden es nie genau erfahren. Von daher, let's go. Wir nehmen natürlich alle Munition, die wir kriegen können. Das ist ja ein Geschenk. Die Frage ist jetzt so, wohin müssen wir? Da ist die Saw. Ah ja. Kurz ein bisschen Textur, die nicht vorhanden war, kein Problem.
Now, where
Where
was
was it?
Down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Wie,
I was, Jack?
wie man es halt kennt. Oh mein Gott, ich bin so am Sack jetzt. Ich muss mich kurz zurückziehen und chillen. Ach du Scheiße.
Well, it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Komm schon. Ich muss mich kurz zurückhalten. Mit allem. If you say so. Nein, nicht Nahkampf. Ach so. Brother. Ja, genau. Ein Geheimnis. Wow. Er hat mir einfach eine gegeben. Ey, das ist ja wohl nicht wahr. Ja, let's go. Wir sind im Flow, wir können nicht aufhalten. Junge. Müssen kurz chillen. Ich habe hier eigentlich eine gute Position mit dem High Ground, weil ich nicht lügen. Wow. 420 vor allen Dingen, nice. Aber darüber reden wir nicht. Ja, zeigt euch nur her, ich mach euch kaputt, Ski. Komm raus, komm raus. Power. Pure Power. Kann ich hochklettern? Was würde mir das nur bringen? Aber erst einmal. Kurz geskillt. Um Gottes Willen, jetzt haben wir ein Quicktime-Event. So sicher haben wir jetzt wer noch jemand? Um Himmels Willen, wieso? Ich gehe mal kurz zurück. Dynamite, Baby! Hab ich die Ja, Mann! Ja, ich lade schon so schnell wie ich kann. Alter, hast du einfach mit einem Quicktime-Event deine Ladegeschwindigkeit verbessern kannst. Das war ein Buggy-Typ. Hat das geklappt? Oh, ich hätte sie einfach mit One-Shot hätte ich die besiegen können, ey. Mann. Okay, ist ja gut. Ab geht er.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you
Ja,
see
echt
him?
mal. Für den bin ich doch hier.
Patience.
No
I'll
patience,
paint a
Alter.
picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Scheiße, Digga. Consider your picture painted. Natürlich. Now then, where was I? Oh, das sieht schon... Das sieht schon wild aus, will ich nicht lügen.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
And I followed after. Ist das Johnny Ringo? Ja, natürlich. Natürlich ist es Curly Bill, das hätte ich voll gewusst. Scheiß die Wand an. Curly Bill!
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil.
Well, if you say so, homie. No, he didn't. Just good on me. Ja, catch mal. Brother. Als ob er mir da noch eine gegeben hat. Das war er nicht. Da ist Curly Bill. Komm schon. Ja. Bam, Junge.
Just gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
Warum wohl?
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
So die offizielle Version.
Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Das soll Johnny Ringo sein? Hey, Junge. Also, wobei die Schnauzer passen. Und stirbt. Johnny Ringo. Versuchen wir es mal.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Ja, da geht der Film Tombstone so ein bisschen drauf ein. Auf die Fehde zwischen Johnny Ringo und Doc Holliday. Haben wir uns einfach gegenseitig gekillt, das gibt's doch nicht. Diese Duelle, ey, och Mann. Na los, Johnny Ringo. Why, Johnny Ringo? You look as if you have seen a ghost.
Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Das ist verschissen. Das ist so verschissen gewesen. Aber wir haben es doch geschafft, obwohl wir nicht den Kopf getroffen haben.
The legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true.
Oh,
Doc Holliday
Brother.
had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Ja, man geht streng genommen schon davon aus, dass Doc Holliday eigentlich Johnny Ringo erledigt hat. Man glaubt aber auch, es wäre Selbstmord gewesen von Ringo. Ringo war nämlich eine sehr, sehr, nun ja, wie sagt man, eine odiöse Figur. Mit sehr, sehr vielen biblischen und vor allen Dingen sehr, sehr religiösen Wahrnehmungen. Von daher, es bleibt ungeklärt. Aber die Legenden darum sind natürlich sehr, sehr schön. Kann man nichts sagen.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Henry Plummer. The Innocents. Niemand ist wirklich innocent im Wilden Westen gewesen.
Wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Indeed I did, son. My son. Oh no, my son. I did. Let's go. Der Glorreiche.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head.
Okay.
Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
Alright. So let's do this. Die Minen von Moria. Nein, Spaß, das war ein ganz anderer Film.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Yeah, besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his.
My late father pointed out to me more than once. God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
Samuel Colton made them equal. Für alle, die nicht wissen, wer das ist der Mann, der den Colt erfunden hat, also den Revolver, den standardgemäßen. Was ist denn hier drin? Oh, unsagbare Schätze und Reichtümer. Und Explosives. Why the fuck would I want explosives? Da ist er, der Ranger. Ich würde spontan wirklich sagen, es ist die beste Waffe im Spiel. Aber es ist eine persönliche Meinung. Habe ich was verpasst? Hoffe nicht.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was
Indeed
the
it
biggest
was.
gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers,
Ich sehe dich.
travelers, and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy picking.
Regular folks.
Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable.
Oh Gott, und ich kill die jetzt alle, was? Oh, um Himmels
Jeremiah
Willen.
Barber, the butcher's son.
Der Sohn vom Fleischer, vom Billy Butcher, Alter.
Lived a double life. Of course, the rest were veterans of the
Einfach
Civil
boom.
War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a
Was?
lot.
Wo sind sie denn?
That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public
Brother.
with one hand while stealing them blind with the other.
Muss kurz leveln. Eine
Which I
Sekunde.
had no idea how to breach.
Hier schneller aus, deine Zielgeschwindigkeit steigt mit jeder Waffe um. Okay.
Dangerous, desperate individuals. I was outnumbered and in way over my head. but I was too damn
Einfach
stubborn and
One-Shot
stupid
mit dieser
to
Waffe. Das
realize.
ist so cool.
I thought I was some kind of hero.
Junge, der Durchschussläufer. Let's go. Wir nähern uns der Mine immer weiter.
Past and headed on to meet my destiny.
To
But
meet
first,
my
I
destiny.
had something I needed to figure out.
Na,
I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
made sense.
It was the quick, but that also made it more dangerous,
Well,
as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Jungs, so funktioniert das nicht. Wait, habe ich gerade die Waffe getauscht? Nee, habe ich nicht. Aber irgendwas ist doch gerade passiert. Okay.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that
It's easy to get
confusing
all
maze
turned-
of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
Vom Boden! Oh, yo.
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
Oh, das war nicht schlau. Ich sollte vielleicht immer zuerst mal lieber nur einen Schuss geben. Und dann kommen wir auch schon voran. Let's go. Es wurde gespeichert. Das kann nur was Schlechtes bedeuten.
Reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense.
Oh,
Luckily, I was never one to be easily pushed off. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
und dann wird auch dein Wille nicht mehr geschehen, wenn's Kingdom Come ist.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Weil du es doch nicht verdient hast. Jetzt schon.
One wrong bullet would have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Nein!
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Oh, Junge, Cinematics! Episch, Junge. Wir haben's.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it.
Genau.
Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side.
Ah, natürlich. Klassiker, man
It was a
kennt ihn
long
halt.
way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time.
At the
Of
time.
course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me.
Scared the
Climbing down that
bejesus
ladder
out of me.
required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder.
Muss ich
I
da...
needed to make a leap of faith.
A leap of faith.
It ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell.
Sowas macht man nur in Assassin's Creed. Nirgendwo sonst.
As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me
Ich hab
find
doch...
old
Als ob
Bob.
ich gefühlt gar nichts getroffen hab, so. Ich war höchstens eine Armlänge von denen weg. Okay. Let's do this, hey? God damn you!
I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice.
Show me that!
Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
So, what do? Ich werde natürlich den Elevator benutzen.
I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Somehow yes. Das war auch keine Gegner, die jetzt gar auf mich schießen. Das ist ganz schön suspicious. Ich habe nichts gesagt. Von wo? Jungs, das war frech. Er hätte sich jemanden verletzen können. Please, what? Nein, nein, nein.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserve better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
Wie ich den auch einfach gar nicht gesehen habe.
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Including my own. Where do I have to go now? Guys, I don't like this approach. Hey, man. Hallo? Oh nee, Jungs. Ah, ja, ist erschreckend sinnig. Was geht da jetzt ab? Um Gottes Willen. Gesetzeshüter? Verbrecher? Taugenichts! Henry der Klempner, weil er Plummer heißt. Nein, Spaß. Das wird doch anders geschrieben. Aber Henry Plummer. Junge, 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 das wird jetzt wild. Boom! Oh, yo!
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
Wir haben ihm gut Schaden zugefügt. Wo ist er hin? Nein! Henry Plummer! Das ist ja frech, das ist ja so frech. Let's go. Oh, seine Lebensleiste ist in 2 Teile aufgeteilt. Das bedeutet, es wird 2 Teile dessen geben. Oh, das ist nicht so cool. On my ass. Wo ist er hin? Ja, natürlich. Du dodge ich. Plummer. Bruder. Nein. Das ist ja so excruciatingly hart. Los geht's. Plummer. Dormammu. I've come to bargain. Von wo? Henry Plummer. Eieieiei, das ist ja ein Bossfight für Millionen. Wirf doch das scheiß Dynamit. Gott, Ich muss mich bewegen, sonst bin ich am Sack. Ich höre Dynamit. Den muss ich dodgen. Nein, ich hatte ihn fast tot. Henry. Mach doch nicht so, Maschallah. Boy. Ja, no shit, Alter. Digga, der ist zu stark. Wir können nichts tun. Der ist einfach zu stark. Eieieiei. Plummer! Das ist nicht Henry Plummer. Brothers, you're killing me. Wie viel Dynamit der Typ hat. Er hört ja gar nicht auf damit. Blow mir lieber, keine Ahnung, ein Bubat. Den werde ich auch dodgen müssen.
Yeah. That's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Präzision 41%, es ist einfach nicht gut. Der war im Fallen. Bro, das war Action.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
John Wesley Hardin. Hardin?
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Das ist schon mal eine Ansage. Sei schnell oder stirb. Das wird eine harte Nummer. Junge, was für ein Opening!
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
I thought the Texas Rangers got heart.
Yeah, that's what they want you.
Not quite. Wir nehmen uns mal den Ranger. Oh, I'm coming, my boy.
It was cold
You
as
wished
a
for it,
witch's
eh?
tit in a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres to the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserved it. Don't you think so, Ben?
Don't you think so,
John Wesley
Ben?
Hardin was a killer. By
In
the
the
end,
van
he
der Berlin.
confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold. Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. And most of them were wanted as well. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp.
Tja,
He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcome presence.
You can't hide!
die dodgen wir natürlich.
I did not just...
Und noch einen von euch gesehen. Ganz sicher, da war noch einer. Na komm.
Tell Hardin someone's coming for him!
Where are ya?
Stop that son of a bitch!
Ha? Wo?
Let the boys know we got another law dog. You bastard!
Another Law Dog. Macht dich gerade komplett nass.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
I don't think so. Beziehungsweise das wäre wirklich sehr, 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 sehr unwahrscheinlich.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better.
Das sind so die Zweifel, die man hat bevor einem Wettkampf. Aber man gewinnt, indem man selber an sich gut glaubt. Und keine Sekunde an dem Sieg zweifelt.
I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers.
Genau so in der Art. Nee. Okay.
Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Okay, wir spielen auf lang. Moment. Hab's gleich. Okay, Fellas. Alter, dieser Eimer, der ist ja... Hallo? Ich wollte gerade sagen. Oh, ich warte kurz. Okay, I'm ready. Hardin.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
In the Bull's Head.
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me. I felt a certain hostility.
Oh, you think? Glaubst du? Nein! Gib mir den Ranger zurück, bist du wahnsinnig? Diese Revolverhelden! Wie reicht's mit euch?
Disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But
Not
that
yet.
was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Is that so? Da muss ich mich sogar mal aufrecht hinsetzen für John Wesley haben. Erster Mord mit 15. Tötete einen, der schnarchte. Und 40 andere fürs Atmen. John Wesley Harden.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear.
Der Typ bleibt einfach stehen.
Tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Scheiße, John Wesley Harden war zu schnell. War viel zu schnell, der Typ.
You didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Ich wollte nur, dass Silas Greaves das sagt. Wie dieses Kreuz überall reingeht, nur nicht auf ihn. Ne. Ne. Um Gottes Willen.
That man was faster than grease lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Ben? Digga, dieser Geschichtenerzähler, er ist einfach so wild. Muss man ja mal sagen. Der ist einfach nur wild.
Thank you, darling.
Darling?
Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, do you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
The Grey Wolf.
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Der mit dem Banditen tanzt. Silas Greaves verfolgte gefährliche Gesetzlose wie John Wesley Harden in der Hoffnung, sie würden ihn zu Bryant führen. Das war's auch schon. Mehr kriegen wir nicht.
Put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Sure thing. Vor langer Zeit in den Bergen, weit, weit weg.
Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move.
Because he does.
He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
I see. Dann hoffen wir, dass wir nicht für deren Rache sterben müssen. Diese Cell-Shading-Texturen sehen wirklich sehr, sehr, sehr cool aus, muss ich schon sagen. Man merkt, dass hier auch ein Vibe von Borderlands irgendwo mit bei ist, wegen der Textur. Okay. But why would I want to go here? Was ist hier? Ah. Okay. Interesting.
They saw me before I saw them.
Oh,
It crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting has started, there was no backing down.
Ich habe die legit nicht stehen sehen. Wirklich nicht. Wir wollen natürlich den Ranger mit Gravur. Was ist das denn für eine Frage?
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again,
Von wo? Oh mein Gott.
not a lot of those.
Ich hab's nicht gesehen. Bis zur letzten Sekunde nicht. Aber wir gehen immer weiter vor. Stück für Stück bahnen wir uns unseren Weg. Bis wir sie dann nicht mehr sehen, weil sie Indianer sind und sich gut maskiert haben. Deswegen. Oder was? Na denn. Diesmal wusste ich, von wo ihr kommt.
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Das musste schnell gehen, deswegen. Letzter Atemzug, Bruder, das ist so wild.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
That pony went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Von wo denn? Ah, da.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Ich irgendwo eventuell was verpasst. Ja, komm ich her. Aber hier. Ich nehme diese Gaben alle an, denn sie werden mir im Kampf gegen die Jungs helfen. Und Mädels natürlich, muss man auch sagen.
How big was this cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Ganz ruhig, ganz ruhig. Wir können alle friedlich kurz warten. Okay. Ich wollte es ja nicht tun.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
Ja, absolut.
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Okay, Jungs. Okay, Jungs. Wir müssen es nicht gleich übertreiben. Let's take the opportunity for some higher ground. Das wäre eine knappe Nummer, werde ich auch nicht lügen.
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well,
Die wichtigen
I
Sachen.
pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Into the Cave of Death. But not before I take some steady ammunition. Okay, there's none for me, but I will do my best.
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows. And I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
Was ist denn hier los?
As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul will have no rainbow if the eye has no tears.
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverine. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Kurzdeckung! Letzte Kugel hat gerettet.
See any way out of this trap, but suddenly one just appeared, kind of like a miracle.
So entstehen die Geschichten über Legenden. Just like a miracle. Grauer
I
Wolf.
felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice.
Shit, ich hab mein Quicktime-Event. Ah. Wenn die Kugel einfach durchportet durch die Wand, dann weißt du, das ist wirklich Indianermagie. Oh, mach nicht so.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo is right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly.
Brother, was war das denn? Ich habe einfach nach... Also, ich habe, sondern ich bin einfach nach links gedriftet, so, hä? Ah, egal, los geht's.
There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
Important that it's more than that. Junge!
I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat.
Muss mal ganz kurz die Geschichte anhalten. Natürlich. Mehr
I
Konzentration.
was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind?
Well, son, there has to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who
God
are
be
you
my-
kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Gott vom Bo! Junge!
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
Knappe Nummer. Ist da hier nix.
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to... But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Into thin air. So ist es halt mit diesen Indianern. Die machen einmal den hier und dann...
Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
That's fine. I guess. I hope.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
That's how it is, boy.
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of the right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
We all did. Okay. Man nennt mich den Kopfgeldjäger. Genau das sind wir.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street. Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing about how he had no ambition. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property.
Bam. Und das waren die Daltons.
The
Haben es
brothers
geschafft.
paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently.
Huh?
First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S.
It's
deputy
high
marshals
noon.
across the street.
Nee, wie sagt er?
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawman.
It's high noon.
The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. You just gotta wait.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to
Oh,
confront
schießt ihr noch? Hallo? Ja, natürlich wollen wir da runter.
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
He saw a way to get
That
around
rifle's
to the
mine.
back of the bank.
Okay, die ballern einfach drauf wie die Blöden.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
Ist hier noch irgendwas? Du verlässt den Bereich der Geschichte.
From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Ich find's auch geil, wie die Stimme dann am Ende durcherzählt, so.
He was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
So von wegen, wenn du es nicht checkst, dann wird dir schon der Erzähler sagen, was jetzt Sache ist.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Wow. Brother.
We've got company.
That you do.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to
Is
make
that
this
Silas
country
Greaves?
free.
Son of a bitch!
Nein, that's
Jim
not
Boone,
Silas Greaves.
Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Over there!
Nix.
That's Silas Greaves! What the hell?
Bland came away victorious, taking down the thieving Daltons. His
So
name
nämlich.
is Silas Greaves.
Ach doch,
And when
okay.
the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Nein.
It was early evening, not high noon.
So, it's not high noon.
I
Schade.
was late to the party and Coffeeville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Scheiße, das ist nicht gut. Federal Bank. Oh. Bob, Emmett und Grant Dalton, Junge. Anführer,
I've been tracking those
Liebhaber,
jokers
Verlierer.
for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Did I see that right?
Da hat sie einfach hingebückt. Kein Problem. Gab's nicht irgendwo eine Munitionskiste oder sowas in der Art? Denn die würde ich gerne mitnehmen. Es gab nichts dergleichen. Na, alles klar. Die entkommen mir nicht. Hallo?
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hold up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise.
Nein, das ist ja so wild, das ist ja so frech. Wir wollen nochmal. Rein da.
Did the Daltons hold up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they're pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeeville up there. But
Bruder,
that's just
mach
the
mal
way
nicht.
life is sometimes. Shit happens.
It's exactly like that. So nämlich. Ein Geheimnis. Oh mein Gott. Dann haben wir hier oben. Das ist exakt das gleiche Haus wie bei Billy the Kid, will ich nur mal kurz sagen. Als ob sie es einfach recycelt haben. Das ist ja so frech. Aha. Weit und breit nichts los.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up.
Sure thing.
Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Hold on, brother. I'm coming. Hello?
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Reeves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
I'm gonna send you to the boat orchard.
Brother, will you calm your balls?
Damn, that was loud.
Where's Emmett? Yeah.
I'm gonna tear you apart.
No, you won't.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Guys, we did it. Emmett Dalton is no
I have to
more.
admit, that boy had grit.
In some ways. Naja, das stimmt. Ich bin immer noch Kopfgeldjäger. So sagt man.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
Irgendwo in Missouri.
Can't get away with this.
And in
Well?
that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
Okay.
We'll track him to the
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws.
Get
As we
those
headed into
outlaws.
those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
Convenient, dass es da so einfach rumliegt.
It was
Don't-
early fall, right?
Don't mind if I do.
Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell.
Ah, da ist der Fogge.
It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Na klar. Wichtig. Oh. Wo sind meine Beine? Ah.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
Natürlich. Wie denn auch sonst?
The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded.
Okay.
Vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Ah ja. Wo geht es hier denn weiter, Freunde? Aha. Meine Augen sehen einen Weg. Und wir... Oh, schön.
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanted to do me harm.
They always do.
So I had to face them alone. I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
Vielleicht haben sie sie einfach nicht gehört. Ehrlich? Ehrlich? So simpel ist das. Na gut.
So did you find the Daltons?
But I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Die Ruhe. So. Letzter Atemzug.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Indeed they did. Oh mein Gott.
My reinforcements was nowhere to be seen. Point being,
komplett
I was
alleine.
under serious attack.
Müssen kurz leveln. Eine Sekunde bitte. Wichtig. Ich sehe noch kaum weitere Feinde. Woran das wohl nur liegt. So, haben wir uns alle wieder beruhigt. Ist hier wieder ein bisschen Zivilisation reingekehrt.
A barn materialized as if right before my eyes.
Alter, wie ein Fiebertraum. Wie ein Fiebertraum einfach nur. Natürlich gehen wir da hoch. Don't mind if I do.
But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was.
No goddamn idea where I was.
Steve?
Steve?
So I just started walking, and pretty soon...
Steve, wach auf!
Steve? Steve?
Huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians
I'm listening.
surrounded me from all sides.
Schon wieder? Wo?
There were Indians.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention.
Steve!
Where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No,
Fick dich,
I'm
Steve.
listening. I was just resting my eyes.
Ja, ja, genau. Den geht auf diese Sequenz nochmal durchspielen im Zweifel.
The Daltons.
Right.
Genau.
See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Golden Rifle. Warte mal, was kann die Fähigkeit? Ich habe die schlecht durchgelesen. Mhm.
Stop that, son of a bitch!
You wish you did.
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what.
So viele Cousins können die auch gar nicht haben.
What's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Bury him in the swamp!
Kurz aber nachladen, Freunde, bitte. Ich sagte nachladen. Vicky, 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 hey. Ist kurz aus der Schusslinie raus. Knappe Sache, bin ich auch ehrlich. Wow. Ein Läufer. So nämlich. That was a close call. Wo immer ihr seid, ich hole... Um Gottes Willen, er steht genau vor mir. Ich dachte, das wäre Textur der Landschaft.
Boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them.
That was a little close, not gonna lie. I felt the adrenaline pumping. Oh Gottes Willen, Mann. Wir kämpfen uns weiter vor.
And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
Yeah.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Yes, it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Geh mal kurz hoch. Ja. Na, wer noch? Kommt schon, Jungs. Huh. Okay.
Somewhere up there, the dogs were waiting on me.
Ja, no shit, Alter, die droppen alles auf mich. Wenn sie auch nur die Chance dazu kriegen. No. No.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
Huh. Nein! Wieso? Das war so gemein. Oh. So unnötig vor allen Dingen. Klettern wir doch hoch. Dann meine weil du. Okay, hier ist niemand. Genau das wollte ich nämlich haben.
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived.
Wo auch immer zum Teufel die gewesen sind.
A cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit. But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
Schon wieder?
The Daltons had played me like a fiddle.
Das ist doch alles nicht zu fassen.
Vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner. Oh!
Well, yeah, but I was in a fight.
It's gonna launch next year. Largest one in the world.
You're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it'll even float.
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsinkable.
oh
Ja,
God.
ja, ja,
But
ja.
getting back to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Breeze?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally... I was coughing up smoke and pretty damn pissed. I was done playing
Und
games.
vor mir eine Gatling Gun.
It was time to settle this once and for all.
Das sind die Träume von Last Action Hero Zuschauern. Ani wäre stolz auf mich. Für die Leute, die nicht wissen, wer Ani ist, das hat er nicht verdient. Diese Läufer, Alter, die Combo rollt.
Bob and Grad weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Das ist jetzt frech. Komm schon, komm schon. Wer von denen? Nein! Die Daltons, Alter. Sind aber zu schnell für mich. Für meine alten Gichtaugen. Okay, dann knüpfe ich mir zuerst wieder dich vor. Hallo, ich war... Brother, die sind einfach zu krass. Die Daltons. Die Dalton Brother. Ob die auch eine eigene Website haben? Ne, die heißt anders. Ausweichen!
They got it
Ausgewichen!
wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day.
Seems so.
And the tragic death of his two brothers.
Für alle, die Lucky Luke gesehen haben, es sind 3 gewesen, nicht 4. Muss man ganz kurz mal so nebenbei erwähnen.
Died tragically as well, truth be told.
The Wild Bunch in Juarez. Juarez? Muss Juarez sein.
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
That's where I was looking for the Wild Bunch, ja. So kann man sehen. So kann man es leider sehen, so muss man es sehen. Kein so großer Eisenbahnraub. Butch Cassidy und Sundance Kid will. Wild Bunch waren die letzten der berühmten Banden von Gesetzeslosen. Okay.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy. They were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself.
Well.
About a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer.
Okay.
I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
Okay. Auf
Well, I
geht's.
assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Verständlicherweise. Gibt's auch ein paar.
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
Gibt's auch ein paar bessere. Ich will nicht die. Ne, wisst schon, die Schnellschießer. Die Ranger wären cooler.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Jawel, okay. Geht das? Ich war ganz kurz nicht Herr meiner Sinne, sondern mein Finger hat gezuckt.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados.
Okay.
Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a
keine.
freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Meine Knarren waren krasser, mein Freund. Es tut mir leid. Aber so ist es. Okay. If you say so, friend. Because, well, I mean you no harm.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Okay. This looks kinda steep. Put it mildly.
It was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Wäre man Wenn das fast nicht gewesen wäre, wäre ich jetzt definitiv am Sack. Bruh. Muss wir hoch? I'm sorry. Warte, Moment. Ne, Moment, hä? What the hell am I doing?
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Don't think so, boy. Who the fuck is that? Pinkertons? Grand Post versus the Wild Bunch. Well?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the Wild Bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Take cover! Retreat! Retreat! He'll kill us all!
Damn right I will. Boah, diese... Es passiert alles so schnell aufeinander, ne? Es ist der Wahnsinn.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
No chance, boys.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
Flat-Nosed
The fastest
Curry.
gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry. And maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
Bleibst du wohl langsam stehen? Das sieht nicht gut aus. Mitten im
On that
Dodge,
very
Alter.
same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America.
Wie man es so oft halt macht. Klassiker. Man hat sich geholt, was man brauchte.
They
Der
ended up
Rest...
living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Der Rest ist natürlich vollkommen belanglos, muss man sagen. Todeszüge zur Hölle. Eigentlich gibt es so den Todeszug nach Yuma. Großartiger Film mit Christian Bale und Russell Crowe, bin ich der Meinung. Genau. Sehr, sehr geiler Film.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail, because I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
That kid
Reasonable.
Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado. Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
So anyways, R start blasting, genau. Wie Danny DeVito. I saw you there, buddy.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could
Natürlich.
sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed
Some
a clue as to
nasty.
their whereabouts.
Ups. Nein. Genau. Okay, wir müssen ein bisschen zurückhalten mit den Schüssen. Wohin? Ja, deswegen. Okay. Also.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific.
We can't let that happen. Das darf nicht passieren.
The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Ganz schön viel Dynamit, Bruder. Sag ich nix. Okay. Auf geht's.
Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5.
Diese Diskrepanz ist schon ein
Kid
wenig
Curry had bragged to a whore how
bedenklich.
he was going to rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me.
Thank you, Sally. You're an angel.
The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
This is indeed very wise.
And I made it a point to remove any dynamite that I came across. A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Ich hab die gerade reden hören. Novo. Oh. Kein Problem.
The wild bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that
Das
was
ist ja eine
done,
Geschichte
I
einfach.
figured I'd find my way from there.
Ja, okay. No. It's einfach ins Bein geschossen, Junge. Es ist nicht leicht.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
So I shot the rope.
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a 4th charge impeding my progress.
Yo.
Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
Nachladen. Oh.
Did you see that?
I've seen that shit, yes baby. Oh no you don't. Oh, der war schon... Der steht einfach, also der ist stehend gestorben.
So I proceeded
Er ist einfach Whitebeard.
to realize that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
I'm sorry there. Na gut, aber ich meine, wir haben uns nur gewehrt. Das passt schon. Hier ist sehr, sehr viel Explosive. Huh. Wait, hold on. Ah. Phew. Wait, achso, ich muss kurz eine Sekunde. Okay. Jo, das war minimal knapp.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me. It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Yo.
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those spots. My heart was pounding like a
Nein, das
sledgehammer.
war ein Problem. Mit zu viel RNG einfach verschissen. Merkt euch, Freunde.
I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment.
Komm schon, komm schon.
Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today. Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge.
Well, it was a touching reunion.
Okay.
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore. Of course, I had to tread carefully. Otherwise, I could, well, die.
Well, die? Brother. I just died. Also. Haben wir das gemacht.
Kill that SOB.
Kid Curry.
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
Zu viel Feuer macht einem auch einfach, naja, nicht wenig Schaden, bin ich ehrlich. Das ist meine einzige Chance. Zeit fürs Gewehr. Alle Angaben sind natürlich ohne Gewehr.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was
Calm the hell down.
but he wasn't
Now.
shielded.
Kid Curry. Kid fucking Curry. Okay.
Show yourself, you coward!
Also machen wir es wie mit Clanton, ja? Okay.
Can't beat me! Get out of here, you coward!
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
You know who I am?
And you know what I'm capable to do.
Heads tails so I can kill you! Had enough? This is the last mistake you'll ever make!
Okay.
It's not fair! God damn it, I need some help here! Come on, boys! Make this something good! Are you kidding me?
Another one.
Guess you had enough, huh?
Ich habe kein Dynamit mehr. Von wo?
Heads tails so I can kill you! Damn!
Komm schon.
I think he's scared! You know who I am? Shit! I gotta reload! It's not fair! Time for you to lay down and die! Beat fat bastard! Give me a hand here, goddammit! This is the last mistake you'll ever make!
Okay, noch 2 Würfe und dann bist du fertig, Kid Curry. Have fun.
You can't beat me! Yeah!
Letzter.
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Kid Curry. You have met your match. Nein!
As fast as he was, I was just a bit faster.
Just a bit. Not much.
And as he
A
lay
little
wounded,
bit.
I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch's Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him.
Shouldn't have done that.
Those were his last words.
Kid Curry. Beachtlich. Sag ich so, wie es ist. Er hat einen Kampf geliefert. Wir fahren fort.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kinda glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Yeah, a little bit, buddy. Was Jesse J. Not Jay, but James.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
It is, indeed. Der Tod reitet einen stählernen Hengst. Huh.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this Jim.
Nein. Brother. Okay. You got it.
Sorry, son of a bitch!
Na komm. Hä? War hier nicht mal einer drinne? Nur mal so eine... Haben wir dich? Okay. Ich frag einfach nicht. Da ist er! Du mieses Sackgesicht! Aber so nicht!
Now wait a second. How'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
Nein! Okay. Okay. Nach der Legende. Stopp der Züge. Nur mit Willenskraft. Jesse James. So nämlich.
They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train.
Nein. Alles klar.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others. I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head. Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I
The
reached
James
that...
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome. Again. I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks like a bat out of hell?
Ja, Mann. So, machen wir mal kurz was. Üppig belohnt, na klar.
Anyway, excuse me, Ben. Where would I find the gentleman's facilities? Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show you.
Let me show you.
never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's
I think
solid
he's just some
green?
old drunk looking for some free liquor.
Haben wir gerade einen Moment wie in der Matrix, dass sich das alles gerade wiederholt? Lass mich raten.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But you
boy.
seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides,
Ein
over the
bisschen
roof.
suspekt, natürlich.
At some point, some bitch saw me and shouted out, "It's a damn Pinkertons!"
It's a damn
Now, I never
Pinkertons.
worked for that limey cocksucker, but I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother.
That hurts. Brother, that hurts. Na komm. Brother, what happened there? This is just so wrong. Then you know what we're capable of, eh? Auf der Seite, huh?
So it's no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Well, yeah.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember it.
Yep.
I bet you are.
Jack.
This asshole don't know who he's
I came across a flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward. I wondered if I was ever going to find the front of that train.
Well,
Bastard I was after. Jesse hired a damn army
yeah,
after
just
North.
another Tuesday. No
Guess
problem.
he didn't want to be outgunned like that ever again. Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Diese Gatling guns.
Run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Ich habe nicht mal gesehen, von wo der Schuss kam. Oh, dieses Level ist so böse mit mir.
Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Yeah, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
I'll see about that.
Find dynamite.
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Okay, wir müssen nur 2 Schüsse setzen. Gut. Haben wir es jetzt. es wird doch immer knapper.
I was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself.
Na? Jungs? Ah, ich erinnere mich wieder.
There sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
Well. Oh.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train.
Wohin? Scheiße, Digga. Alles kam auf mich zugeflogen.
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
Jesse James.
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah. Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you.
Er war schneller. Aber ich schaffe es. Das darf nicht wahr sein.
Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
Once again, wet your whistle. Let's go. Keine Vergebung. Keine Vergebung, ja?
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim.
Alright.
I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities. In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the res and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were. They could have been Cheyenne, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape.
Nachladen passiert schnell, das ist gut. Wir sollten so schnell nachladen, wie es nur geht. Aber die Waffen sind nicht mein Fall.
Hey, how about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul. Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with. Like that time. Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir.
Of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words to me.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again.
Ich wollte kurz den Terminator machen, es hat nicht geklappt. Seid schlauer.
Like that time. Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words.
Gottes Willen.
Christ, we're back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men.
Yay!
And the darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
Wait, what? Schnelleres Nachladen. Die sind wild drauf, die Jungs.
Like that time, did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes,
Yes, you did, sir.
Of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
Did you ever find him?
Who?
The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Mr. Greaves, are you all right?
Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking hold of me? Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death.
Ich hoffe, es kriegt uns nicht.
Just spare me over till another year.
So are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Nothing. Frank James. Okay.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
Moment. Nein. Auch nicht. Ja. Von wo sollen denn die Schüsse kommen? Ich sehe die ja nicht mal.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead then as well. He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Das war knapp. Ich bin out of ammo.
Well, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was? Justice?
Will mich aber auch aufhalten, ne?
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
James gang. Right. I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead. It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
On your person, boy. Come on.
It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
And that son of a bitch! Take him out! He's just one man! This is gonna hurt! I want that bastard dead!
Ein Schrotflintenschütze kommt auf uns zu. Mach mal nicht, Bruder, Maschallah. Einfach so viel Dynamit, bis er einfach umfällt.
That old shack? Well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
Da ist er. Wo man vom Teufel redet.
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life! Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will! At this point, I just don't give a shit!
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
Like always.
Reed? Have at him! I never did like that bastard! I am done here!
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
Was ein Ehrenmann. Danke dir. Nehme ich. Sage ich nicht nein zu.
So, what happened with Lee? Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch lookouts.
Bruder, was war denn das jetzt? Oh, das war ja nicht geil.
As I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again. But rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that sumbitch. Hey, Reed! I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me.
Son of a bitch!
Read?
It was then that the last bunch of bandits jumped out of hiding.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
Someone please kill him.
Okay, when I said come on, I meant like each individually. Nicht zusammen.
Eventually, it was just me and Reed.
Yow. Mr. Reed.
I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
Du wickst dich ganz schön viel umher. Bist du nervös? Komm schon, komm schon, komm schon. Zieh! Da war er, glaube ich, schneller. Aber ich bin trotzdem ausgewichen.
Repay him I did.
Rache. Oh. Das war gut. I'll take this one. Awesome.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame you never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him.
The Wild Bunch. Back to episode 7.
6 months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, okay. Der Gute, der Böse und der Tote. Für die Konnoisseure von Western-Filmen unter euch werden sicherlich wissen, welcher Film, welcher Titel damit angesprochen ist.
40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Well, let's hope so. Yo.
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant, that son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
But for all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others. For
Finde Butch Cassidy und the Sundance
my
Kid.
thirst for vengeance turned me into something worse than the man I was after. By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. A man with no family, no friends, no purpose except shooting Bob Bryant dead.
Wohin? Nee. Wir gehen mal ganz gediegen zurück und gucken uns vorsichtig um. Von da bin ich gekommen. Hier war diese Schießerei. Ich bin minimal lost gerade. Werde ich auch nicht lügen. Wow. Where do I have to go, goddammit? Not this shit again. Huh? Oh nee! Oder bin ich von da gestartet? Oh mein Gott, ich bin von dort gestartet. Jetzt gibt doch alles einen Sinn so. Holy shit. Alles klar, wir gehen. It's a ghost town indeed. Nein.
Nothing could stop me from taking his life. I've been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
Kommt mir auch sehr bekannt vor.
Town was falling apart, just like me. But I wasn't about to call it quits. Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around. I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was onto them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Jetzt gerade alles sehr, sehr, sehr höchst klimatisch. Also, Digga, ich werde doch drin einfach zugeschissen mit allem. Okay. Okay. I'll take myself a high ground. No. Old timer. So that's what I am, eh? Ganz schön viele, wenn ihr mich fragt. Bruder!
But you obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us the tale.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack. Because when I woke up...
From the dead?
There was silence all around me. I could swear to God I saw Billy.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop.
Bonnie! Wo bist du? Na los! Zeig dich mir! Laufe ich überhaupt in die richtige Richtung? Nein! Ich schreie gleich nochmal nach Bonnie. Nur diesmal viel cooler. Bonnie!
Here, there, even over there.
So I am right. You are titched in the head.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer, Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing. But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Billy the Kid.
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me.
And that was the end of Silas Greaves. Schade. Oh.
In the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remember him.
Hardin. Hardin ist einfach zu stark gewesen, ey. Oh. Ei, 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 ei. Wir müssen gegen ihn was tun. Das war John Wesley Hardin. Von wo? Ich check's, Leute, nicht von wo. in die falsche Richtung gedrückt. Junge, ich bin schon langsam so ein bisschen deaf, einfach für alles. Ja, es geht mir schon auch langsam an die Gurgel, das stimmt. Schau ich diesmal an John Wesley Hagen vorbei? There he was. Not in the flesh, aber in spirit.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun. But no ghost army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a falling branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
Johnny Ringo. Von wo?
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond.
Einfach alles, den wir schon mal besiegt haben.
Woods, James and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy. Thought?
Well, yeah, thought. Jesse James.
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh.
The Sundance Kid?
Wo?
Like a general leading his legion of the dead.
You told us before that you'd seen him alive.
He was alive.
Alter Sundance, Junge! Boah, gehst du mir auf die Eier? Moment. Ganz kurz. Wichtig natürlich. Ja.
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
Oha. Butch Cassidy. Sundance Kid. Butch Cassidy. The Sundance Kid. Silas Greaves. Der Gute, der Böse und der Tote. Finale.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Etta's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question, but those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
No, they didn't. Damit lasst uns das epischste Standoff beginnen. Ich war zu langsam. Bruder, wieso? Na gut, let's do this one more time. Ich habe mich verkalkuliert. Ey, ich dachte, er blickt noch genau einmal zu ihm rüber. Junge, Junge, Junge. Bin wahrscheinlich nur ich. Alle anderen würden es sicherlich besser und leichter hinkriegen. Können wir gut vorstellen. Hallo? Hallo? Guckst du mal hierher? Im Strahl, Mann. Was ist das? Oh. Das dauert länger als gewollt. Okay. Ich hab den doch voll getroffen, oder nicht? Och, Bro, das ist jetzt einfach nur Beschiss. Hallo, guck mich an. Die Steuerung mit der Maus kann auch nicht schwammiger sein für dieses Rad, ne?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
Gott sei Dank. Na dann, was ist das Verdikt von allem? Ihr könnt sich aber sicherlich schon denken, der Bob, beziehungsweise der Barman wusste irgendwie sehr, 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 sehr viel Bescheid, nicht wahr? Dann wollen wir mal.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Okay. Bob hat meine Brüder gekillt. Ich kriege meine Brüder nicht mehr zurück. Wieso sollte ich ihm vergeben? Um besser zu sein? Das echte Leben ist eigentlich nicht dafür da, um besser zu sein. Oder nicht in solchen Situationen. Diese Größe in sich zu haben. Andererseits... Okay, dann ist er tot. Was dann? Habe ich meinen Frieden damit gemacht? Vielleicht schon, vielleicht auch nicht. Wir werden es nicht wissen. Aber wenn wir ihn erschießen, dann ist es mit sehr, sehr hoher Wahrscheinlichkeit der Fall, dass wir keinen Frieden finden werden. Sondern es ist nur noch eine weitere Nummer auf unserem ewig großen Bodycount. Also, der Kills, nicht... Falscher Bodycount. Na... Wir wollen mal den Stream gut enden lassen, nicht wahr?
why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
That's a glorious end to a dreadful night. Kann man nichts anderes sagen. Genau, denn das war Call of Juarez Gunslinger. War ein sehr, sehr, sehr cooler Stream. Bin ich ehrlich mit euch. Hat saumäßig Bock gemacht.
won't you spare me over till another year?
Möge er uns alle verschonen, nicht wahr? Also, wieso? Der Stream diente mir persönlich als kleiner Checkpoint. Ich bin bei weitem noch in keinster Weise herausstechend, besonders als Content Creator. Habe keinerlei größere oder sonderbarere Skills, die mich hervorstehen lassen. Ich habe einfach Spaß an der Sache, bin ich auch ehrlich mit euch. Ich hatte sau viel Bock gerade beim Zocken. Dieses Spiel kenne ich natürlich, aber es hat so viel Spaß gemacht. Es ist einfach unglaublich cool, ich kann es nicht beschreiben. Ich habe Spaß dabei, LPs zu machen über Arkham, über Max Payne, über gerne auch Cyberpunk in Zukunft und ich freue mich auf viel, viel mehr. Ich möchte einfach jedem Einzelnen, der sich meine Videos oder generell meinen Content reinzieht, danken, weil ich bin ehrlich mit euch, es ist bei bestem Willen nichts Neues. Ich erfinde nicht das Rad neu, aber ich freue mich, so bin ich ehrlich, über einige Leute und einige Zuschauer, die mir schreiben, wie sie wieder Bock haben, irgendwas zu spielen oder geil, dass man das überhaupt nochmal zockt oder dass es ein geniales Spiel ist so im Herzen. Und das ist für mich das größte Lob, was ich erhalten kann, so. Weil viel mehr will ich damit eigentlich gar nicht bezwecken. Das ist wunderbar und ich kann euch gar nicht genug dafür danken, ehrlich nicht. Wie es weitergehen wird. Wir finishen Max Payne. So der Plan. Und Mass Effect? Gothic? Irgendwas in diese Richtung. Mal schauen. Schreibt es mir in die Kommentare, wenn ihr auf irgendwas Bestimmtes vielleicht Bock habt und es sich mit meinem Wunsch überdeckt, wäre das umso geiler. Ansonsten bedanke ich mich für eure Aufmerksamkeit, für alle, die heute im Stream zugeguckt haben, für alle, die sich den Stream jetzt nochmal auf YouTube reinziehen wollen. Ich wünsche euch ganz viel Spaß, habt einen schönen Abend. Ich bedanke mich für 50 sehr, sehr tolle Abonnenten, für die tollen Kommentare, für das Feedback und freue mich auf den nächsten kleinen Meilenstein, vielleicht 100. Mal gucken. Bis dahin, mit abschließenden Worten wie immer, habe die Ehre.